I was mentoring at a professional speaker, public speakers university, and Helen and I met, and Helen was having some challenges and was about to walk out the door. Thankfully, we bumped into each other, and I managed to persuade her to stay. And I think it was my yellow shirt, and I managed to get her to come and work with me. She stayed, and I'm so bloody grateful that she did, because we formed such a connection, and we're going to be speaking, we're going to be hosting loads of events, and when you hear this lady's story, you will totally get how amazing she is. She has one of the hugest hearts I've ever met, and I am honoured that she is speaking here again for us. I'd like you to put your hands together, guys, for Helen! I'm going to wait for you to put that down before I give you a hug.
You're supposed to start speaking in tears, you know.
Oh. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
I love you too. You want the clicker? Oh,
Technology and me just don't get on.
God. Put it down away.
Thank you.
You are welcome, my darling. Take some pictures.
Right, so I'm Helen, and it is an absolute pleasure to be here today. I'm a bit nervous because two of my children are in the room, and I'm just not used to presenting in a /media team. I do apologise. But I've dragged them out of bed and you know, encouraged them to come along and be part of this. But that always makes me feel nervous. Why does that always make me feel nervous? I don't know. I suppose sharing a personal story is always a bit nerve-wracking. There's actually someone in the room today who saw me the very first time I tried to do that and failed dismally. So, here we go. Raise your hand if you've ever been in love. So many of you. Are you insane? What the hell's wrong with you people? I usually feel like I've been dropped on my head. I don't know what day it is. But then you start going through all the cycle, don't you? You do anything to achieve it. You do anything to maintain that euphoric state. And that's something I want to touch back on later. But for now, I'm Helen. I don't know how to work this thing, Liz. Right. I'm actually a professional behavioural scientist. Rich, is this one?
That one? We'll click it one ahead.
Okay. So I'm actually a professional behavioural scientist, which means I'm actually a couple of levels up from a criminologist and a psychologist, which is quite high. I've recently become a self-love architect. And what that means is I teach people building blocks to install that euphoric feeling that you have when you put your hands up and said that you know what it's like to be in love. I teach people how to apply that to themselves. I've recently become a published author. My book's due to be out worldwide at the start of April. I think I'll have a round of applause for that. So during my journey over the last few years, I've also become a global media personality. I've done a few television programmes and stopped hiding, basically. So you're going to see a lot of me over this year. I started 2020 with an hour-long radio show. If you go onto my website, I added it this morning, so you can all listen. For those of you who missed out, I know Georgina, you heard it, and you?
Yep. I can forward it to anybody that needs it.
Through my journey, I've actually lost over 225 pounds in weight. And so I became a nutritional fusion chef as well. But I'll touch back on that a bit more as we go along. But I do a lot of things. That was what I looked like before. This was 2006. Just after this picture was taken, it was September. I left the house and was on my way to an appointment. It was pouring with rain. And two men appeared outside of me. And I ended up being severely raped, dragged behind some wheelie bins. A great big fight was going on because, me being that size, I thought I could defend myself. I ended up with being stamped on, kicked. I got stabbed in the throat and I actually died at the scene. It was a policeman named Steve who saved my life. So that's why when I say I'm really happy to be here, I am really happy to be here. So that was 2006. I woke up from that nightmare completely paralysed from sort of here down. And I stayed like that for 7 years. There was numerous specialists. There's absolutely no hope. You're just going to have to get used to doing it in a seated position, dear, was one of my favourite lines of all time. But they didn't know. They didn't know how I had to claw my way through everything and come out of that and wake up from that. So I was sort of really torn down the middle, really. Being told you're never going to walk again. There's so many layers to that. You can't use the toilet. You can't reach to wipe yourself if you do mess yourself. So, I mean, imagine someone's stuck a pole through here and pinned you to the wall. You actually can't even do this. So if somebody brought me a cup of tea, for example, I'd put it down, it'd be put down, but if it was even like 2 millimetres out of my reach, I was stuck there, not able to reach that. It was like torture. It was quite soul-destroying. 2 of my children, I have 6 children, 2 of them are in the room, they're all adults, except one. And it was like I missed 7 years of their lives. It was completely soul-destroying experience. So I began fighting, and I met a surgeon online who specialises in really obscure abdominal surgery. And I started hounding him. I was totally relentless. And when I say that, I really mean I was relentless. My fighting spirit came back, and he said, I'm really interested in your case, it's really unusual. But you're so overweight. Because I was like 32 stone by then. So you're so overweight, it'd be just ridiculously dangerous for me to even stick a camera in your abdomen and have a look. So I need you to lose weight and then contact me again. So he set the bar at 5 stone. I lost 7 and contacted him. And I went to see him, and I it's all on the radio show, but I had lost a considerable amount of weight since then. And this is my daughter and I, a few weeks after surgery, because I woke up from that operation and able to walk. So it was actually a miracle. So yeah, I do go into that in depth on the radio show. That was over an hour long. This is only 30 minutes or so. So I urge you, if you want to know the rest of the story from that surgical experience, because it was a very spiritually awakening process for me. Because during this weight loss, I'd been able to stand even for 10 seconds and walk, and then obviously we put a lot of humour into it, my daughter and I. She's my right arm. Yeah, we do most things together.
Sharing lives.
Yeah. But we do put a lot of humour into it, and I think you have to. I think you have to laugh about things because, that's one of my favourite pictures that she took. It's like, that's my trousers that I'm actually wearing right now. And that's my previous pair of pants. So yeah, and that's the pants that we were standing in the photo. So little things like that, self-love. Yeah, so that situation was never happening to me again. I became a black belt mixed martial artist.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't do it in by halves. So we're talking about self-love. This has saved my life. Because before I started doing martial arts when I was in wheelchair, I learned of a guy online who had a broken back as well. And he woke up from his traumatic nightmare. And he started to do breathing exercises and putting energy into his body and really focusing on making his cells become alive. And that was it. I was hooked ever since. I wanted to learn. I'm learning that. That sounds really good. I'm learning that. And so I did. And then I got the label. Of course, it's called Qigong. don't know if you raise your hand if you've ever heard of Qigong. 1, 2, 3 people. Well, Qigong is actually energy arts. And basically what that means is you breathe life into your body and you focus down into your body and you focus your mind into energizing all your cells. So forget about your bones and your blood and your fat and your piles of shit you've got going on in there, all your horrible, darkest thoughts, forget about those. You just focus on breathing life into your body. So that's the first step for that. Now, for her reasons, I dragged her along to every class. And I'm sure Jake will tell you it's one of the hardest things that we've ever learned. I mean, we've done some classes together, but that was one of the hardest things we've ever learned, how to stand still. I mean, I don't know how to express it in words, but when somebody is there and they're instructing you, stand still, you immediately I've got an itch. My nose is running. I just need to clear my throat. Fuck that, you've got to just stand completely still, like that I'm emotionless, like this. And then he comes along and he says, imagine you've got a tennis ball under each arm. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm going, I've only just learnt to use my bloody ankles, and now he wants me to introduce a tennis ball under each arm. I don't know. But no, we got through it. And I became a black belt martial artist. So I now know nothing like that's ever going to happen to me again, or at least I've reduced the chances. I also became a dancer. and there's something else we did together. The reason why I'm showing you these is because self-love. You can see, look at my face. I'm having so much fun with these pictures. And every time I do anything like this, it's like I'm doing it for the first time. Everything I do is like I pour so much love into it. It is like I'm experiencing it for the very first time. And I think that is part of this whole, all of you who raised your hands when I said I've never been in love. I'm actually in love with life. And I think doing things like this, and sound healing, and I'm also a musician, I play the guitar, I sing. These are things that I have done my whole life. And just because I had this really ugly, terrifying, really fucking awful thing happen to me, I haven't been that person. I haven't let those labels, define who I am. So, all of you who raised your hands when I said, have you ever been in love? You really need to start applying that to yourselves. Because this is key, this is very, very important. I actually really do genuinely mean this. I am my own best friend. And I'm totally in love with everything I do. Even if I'm in a really, really furious mood, or Angelica and I are grating on each other, or there's some other bomb has dropped in the house, yeah? I go for it, and then I sit there and go, oh, fucking brilliant, did you think so? It's like, yeah, I'm so grateful for that experience. Because if for one moment I sat there being the person who was beaten up, completely destroyed, I've lost several internal organs, I've had to claw my life back extensively, excuse me. If I was that person and I sat there for 1 minute and said, God, what am I supposed to do with that? This feels so big, this feels so horrible. Do you think for 1 moment I would have been able to do anything like this? Dancing, singing, enjoying music. When I was in my darkest hours, if anyone put any music on, it hurt me. Because that's what emotional trauma is like. You go through things and you can't be around beautiful things. So it's, for me, self-love is critical to the healing process. Now, I've beaten several illnesses. I was left with autoimmune disease because I lost my spleen, I lost three quarters of my pancreas. I lost 4.5 meters of my bowels. When I say I've really been through the ringer, I really have, and I really do understand. And it's like, she never left me. This is me when I was 8 years old. She's my hero. Whenever I show this picture, I say, that's my hero. Because when I was in my darkest hour, I kind of thought, well, what did she used to do? And I can almost feel, I can still, even now, in this moment, but I always feel her pulling me by the hand and go, come on, what are you waiting for? You know, that's what she was like. So I've become back to myself as her. And I find that, you know, incredible, because a lot of people forget who they really are. Do you even know who you are? Most people, when they're going through life, you give people a blueprint outline of who you are. You don't actually get to the real framework to what constructs that blueprint. You know, so you're giving out sort of like sketchy details about yourself. There's a few of you in the room that I've met before, and you've met me before. But I'm guilty. I gave you a sketchy outline. I never gave you, you know, the crux of who I really am. And so I find that self-love is all about getting to know who you really are. What do you really like? What's important for you? What makes you feel beautiful? You don't need somebody else to come along and say, I love you, you're beautiful every day. You need to be doing that to yourself. So I do a lot of things to promote this sensation in myself. Exercise is one of them. Self-love to healing. I was told I had 100 days to live. I'm definitely going to be dying. I'm definitely going to be dead. That was 5 years and 42 days ago. I looked at the guy, was like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? You don't know me. I've stood. I can stand. Thank you very much. I'm not dying in this moment. And I went on a journey of holistic health, and I never looked back. I've never gone back to a single GP, specialist, doctor of any kind. So, there isn't anything that you can't achieve. Raise your hand if you have a dream. There's something that you really want to be doing. Why the fuck aren't you doing it? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for somebody to tell you that you're dying? Before you start really valuing yourself and valuing the people around you? Self-love, the most important healing tool you're ever going to possess. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've just listened to Helen's talk, which was awesome, very inspiring, from the heart, and a really powerful message about the importance of self-care, which we can take so much for granted, but everything really starts with loving ourselves first. So she's done an amazing job, an amazing story that will touch the hearts and lives of others.
Hi, my name's Lisa King, and I want to say a massive, massive thank you to Helen. Helen has spoken at my events and just has such a massive impact on everybody around her. She shares her stories, her true emotions, and the impact that her story has, the tools and the tips that she gives people, her passion is unbelievable. And I am so proud to not only call her a friend, but to call her a fellow speaker, fellow author. Her life is just beginning, and it is just beautiful to see that everything now is coming for Helen, because she is so giving. She is somebody who will give to people, she will teach them, she will guide them, empower and inspire them. And Helen, thank you for coming into my life and for enhancing it, for inspiring me and for being my friend. Thank you very much.